Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers. The one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Well, hello, 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 hello. To you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Rayleigh's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour, and this tour very close to home because, as you know, for over 1,000 live streams, 1,000 shows, 1,000 tours, this virtual car right here has taken us to some of the hottest destinations that you all have been traveling to virtually, of course, to give your thoughts, your opinions, your perspectives on what's going on in the culture of the culture and by the culture, right? And this car, along with many others, has been traveling the highways and byways and the possibilities of what can be for a very long time. But in the, I believe, what was it, like the 20, I would say maybe 2020s, the 2020s, right? Pandemic time, right? There was a shift that happened where people were going from sedans to crossovers and SUVs. And then we had the EV revolution. Now, that's still going on. Like I've said, and I will stand by this, I believe that if Nissan turns the Aryia into a gas-powered car, it's game over. And Nissan will be in an echelon that they've never been in before, okay? So I'm just going to say that right now. I've been saying that for a while. But there's this conversation that is percolating. Hey, good sir, welcome in. There's this conversation that's percolating about a sedan comeback. And I'm going to show you some sedans that I believe should make a comeback. I'm going to give you my reasoning for all of them as well. So, with Eminem and the amazing choir introducing us in, of course, let's get to it. Because that's right, rev up your engines for sure. Because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all you here. So if you all remember, I believe it was this week or last week, we talked about smart, right? And the smart compact cars. There was the Smart 4.2 and the Smart 4.4, right? And I talked about how Smart is coming out with their first sedan. So let's take a look at that. It's right here. So this is the Smart sedan, right? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad, right? I honestly feel like this is Bumblebee's brother, but younger, and he's electrified, right? And Bumblebee is like the Chevrolet Camaro. So just wanted to showcase this to you all here. Like I said, this is their first mid-size sedan, right? So number 6 will share its plug-in hybrid train with the recently launched number 5 EHD SUV. That means a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder producing 161 horsepower, working in tandem with a front-mounted electric motor rated at 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet, 830 Nm peak of peak torque. So just wanted to show this off to you here. By the way, at the rear, the 6 takes on a fastback silhouette, trading a conventional trunk lid for a large hatchback opening, right? So this is their first, sedan here. And then, y'all, here is the interior right here. Look at this. That is the interior of the Smart sedan. Now, if you're wondering, why is there double screens here? That has been a trend in recent car design, that you have a dual screen, right? So the center console is for the driver, rather, and then the other touchscreen is for the passenger, right? But they're two different screens, right? The Kia Telluride 10.1 inch monitor, and with the Kia Telluride, they have this thing called the talk back feature, where your voice goes all over the vehicle. It's amazing. That Kia Telluride, something special. Okay, and I believe the Hyundai Palisade is based on the same, not just powertrain, but on the same design, same platform. That's what I meant to say. So that's not bad. Now, is it coming to the U.S.? Not as of right now. Not as of right now. Not as of right now. Like I said, personally, even though Smart has a partnership with Mercedes-Benz, I think that Smart should move over to Chevrolet. You're probably wondering why. This, as a gas-powered car, shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. Do you see the interior that's in front of your face right now? I mean, listen. Not to mention too, I do believe that they brought the Smart 4 car over here in the last stream. We talked about that car. I'll show you that here now. Now they brought this over as well. Okay, they brought this over as well. I think it would do well. I think it would do very, very well. And this is the interior right here of the Smart 4. That's an electric one. And this is the back of the Smart 4. Now, of course, it's got 4 seats, but you can remove that seat for a 5th seat there. But I think if Smart brought this over, and then they brought this design right here, this interior, this sedan, this interior, have all the colors, game over. Game over. Game over. And I say Chevrolet because Chevrolet, they got rid of the Chevrolet Cruze and they got rid of the Impala. Now, I still believe that they have the Malibu. Let me look that up live in real time right now for you all. And welcome in. Glad to have you here. We are talking about the revival of the sedan in North America. So buckle up, rev your engines. We're about to have a good time, as we often do over here. Yes, indeed. Let me see. All vehicles from Chevrolet. So they have SUVs. They have trucks. They have their electric vehicles. And they have their performance. So they have their Corvettes, right? But they have no sedans, right? So they got rid of their Malibu as well, it looks like. So they don't even have their Malibu, right? So if Chevrolet brought the Smart sedan, right, and they brought that Smart 4, first of all, that's a brand within Chevrolet. And not to mention, too, you don't have to do as much inventory for the car lots, right? Because Smart has to produce the product, and then you just sell the product, right? It's almost like you being a McDonald's franchisee, right? They give you all the tools and everything, and you just run the recipes, make sure the location's good, make sure employees are being on time and everything in between, right? So I wanted to show that first, right? And with that being said, give me a moment. There we go. That's what I need there. And also, too, Nissan is trimming up their global car lineup, right? So, like I said, do not know if they are getting rid of their Sentra, their Maxima, their Ultima. They should not get rid of their Ultima. They should not get rid of their Sentra. They should not get rid of their Maxima. Their Maxima is their 4-door sports car. Their Nissan Ultima is one of the top-selling full-size sedans in the country. Their Sentra is a good compact-size sedan. Now, they did get rid of their Versa, which is a sub-compact sedan. But if the Smart vehicle got over to Chevrolet, then they would bring back the Versa. So I want to bring all your attention rather, to a video from CNBC. Give me a moment here. We are live on tour, so anything and everything can happen. So just give me some time here. CNBC. I know I had. Give me a moment now. So I know I had a video saved. Just gotta go with my message. And I know it as soon as I see it. I'm sure y'all have had that before. You sent so much stuff to yourself. It's like, yeah, I know exactly what it is here. Let's look this up real quick here. It's frustrating me. I'm so sorry. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. Click. Don't worry, y'all. I am going to find it. I am. Okay, that's the one. Okay, here we go. Out of my rambling comes greatness. Just give me time, okay? So let me share this with you all. Let's see, can I do it like this? Okay. Share that tab instead. Okay, here we go. Interesting. My boss's car, a Ford SUV, removed the shifter. It was so weird watching the boss press a button to drive and reverse. Don't quote me on how it works, but it looked like that. But it looked like the interior minus the extra screen was new. I had the harebrained idea of asking the AI to create a sedan. And you know what's really interesting? There's a lot of cars. Speaking of that. There's a lot of cars where it's been push button start, right? So you don't have the shifter anymore. You just twist the knob and then you press and then you go, right? So let's watch this real quick. Here we go.
Good van here. You know, I thought growing up would be the worst, but then I found a way to hack $1 to $50,000, and a lot of.
Go back. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
If you drive around pretty much anywhere in the US, you'll notice that SUVs, crossovers, and pickup trucks have taken over. It wasn't always like. If you drive around pretty much anywhere in the US, you'll notice that SUVs, crossovers, and pickup trucks have taken over. It wasn't always like this. A few decades ago, the word car really meant something that looked like this. SUVs and pickup trucks were for work or off-roading mostly. But SUVs especially started taking off in the 90s with seminal vehicles like the Toyota RAV4, Ford Explorer, Chevrolet Suburban, the Jeep Cherokee.
Not to mention the Chevrolet Blazer, which came back, by the way, and the Chevrolet Trailblazer as well. And let's not forget the Chevrolet S10s and the mini trucks and mini SUVs and crossovers as well. Let's continue.
In the years that followed, they completely gobbled up the market. Check this graphic out. In 2000, sedans made up 42% of the US market. In 2025, that was down to 13%. SUVs overtook them in 2015. Then pickup trucks surpassed them in 2020. In 2025, SUVs reached 58% of the market versus 19% in 2000. The SUV had some advantages. For one thing, customers showed they were willing to pay more for an SUV than for a sedan or coupe of the same size. Here's an example. In 2018, Ford released a compact SUV called the EcoSport, which it said it could charge more for than a comparable compact car. Another advantage, these vehicles were technically classified as light trucks, which meant they were subject to more lenient fuel economy regulations than passenger cars were. But now, the average transaction price on a vehicle is close to $50,000, and a lot of automakers, dealers, and industry analysts are worrying that high vehicle prices are driving customers away. Among the most affordable options out there are sedans, four-door, low-roofed passenger cars. The vast majority of those are made by foreign automakers.
With affordability being such an issue in the industry, our passenger cars have done really well. Camry, Corolla, Prius, they're all selling really well.
We talked with people from Kia, Toyota, and Volkswagen. They all said their sedan portfolios are providing an affordable entry point for buyers, especially younger ones. Kia and Toyota's best-selling models are SUVs, but the Kia K4 and Toyota Camry are those brands' second best-selling vehicles.
K4 we've introduced a couple of years ago. It's just been doing phenomenally well.
Now, the Kia K4 is a evolution of the Kia Forte. We'll look at the Kia Forte here in just a little bit later on. So let's continue.
For us, way over plan, and a lot of it is affordability. It's a nice sized vehicle. It looks great. It's full of technology, and for a lot of customers, it fits their needs. We have the youngest average age of any category in the K5, and a lot of it is this new generation that grew up in the back seat of an SUV. For the rest of us who grew up with sedans all the time, it's old hat, but for new buyers, they like the look. They like the idea of doing something different.
Volkswagen has kept its Jetta in the American market for 45 years.
The Jetta, for example, is of course important to also attract entry customers. So hopefully to be able to grow them in the brand from a Jetta maybe to a Taos to a Tiguan to an Atlas.
By the way, just want to say this real quick. In Volkswagen, you ought to do this. You really ought to do this. And listen, you can do what you want to do, but hello, right here. Let me pull it up for y'all right here. Open image, new tab. If y'all don't do this, and make a Herbie the Love Bug custom edition, we're gonna have some problems. Okay? All right? Moving on. Let's continue.
So this is also the logic behind it.
Auto industry analyst Stephanie Brunley of S&P Global Mobility said it's doubtful sedans are ever going to return to what they were in their heyday. But affordability and the lure of something different might continue to attract customers. And there is something else. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is revising that regulatory change on fuel economy standards that favored SUVs. At least some crossovers might no longer be considered light trucks. While the government is loosening fuel economy regulations overall, the reclassification of those vehicles might incentivize automakers to build more sedans and coupes again. And that could be a tailwind for those segments.
Yes, indeed, it could. Now I want to show y'all something here.
What if I told you HPV vaccination was for men too?
I didn't know. I'm too old.
If you're under 45, you're not. If you're
I want to show y'all this. This is the BMW 1 Series sedan, no longer China exclusive, launched in Mexico. So the entry level. Oh, by the way, before I read that, I want y'all to see this right here. Remember when BMW said the 1 Series sedan will only be offered in China? Scratch that. The front wheel drive sedan. Now, for those of you who don't know, BMW is normally rear wheel drive or all wheel drive, right? So this is the first front-wheel drive sedan riding on the same UKL platform as the Series 2 minivans and the Minis, being launched in Mexico, where it joins the rear-wheel drive 1 Series hatchback, offered in both 3 and 5-door flavors, available exclusively as the Sports Line Edition. The front-wheel drive sedan. That BMW right there, okay, starts off at 489,900 Mexican. Ladies and gentlemen, US dollars, that's $24,561. That's $24,561. That's $24,561. Yes, you could be in a BMW right here. This BMW, $24,000. Okay, $561. That's not a bad price for a luxury car. Okay, that listen, you ain't gonna get no cheaper than that for a BMW. You just ain't. You just ain't. We'll give y'all 2 more times applause at BMW because you ain't gonna get no cheaper than that. I'm here for it, and it should be in the United States. It's good. Let's continue here. So the entry-level 1 Series sedan, known locally as the 118 i8 Sedan Sport line, is motivated by a turbocharged 1.5-liter engine, developing 136 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque, 220 newton meters of torque. The 3-cylinder mill is hooked up to a 6-speed automatic gearbox, enabled to enable a sprint to 62 miles per hour in 9.4 seconds, electronically governed top speed of 132 miles per hour. That seems a bit slow. Then you have to step up to the 120 i8 Sedan Sports line with its turbocharged 2.0-liter engine and a starting price of $28,571. This car right here is for $24,561. Now, if you want to step this up with a 2.0 engine, it would be $28,571. Not bad. Now, in that video we just talked about with CNBC about the affordability, right, of the sedan. Now, hey, Florentine, welcome in, good sir. Now, as we know, crossovers and SUVs, they can be pricey. They can be $40,000, $50,000, but also, too, you got to think about customization and all that stuff as well, right? So here is the BMW 1 sedan right here. Okay, so this is it right here. So let's... 4-door sedan. There's the trunk right there. So 60-40 split. I like that color. I like that face. That's the interior. Okay. Can you imagine driving in that interior? Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. See, Phil, BFP Beyond Florida Parks. Absolutely. That interior in Mexico is $24,000. Listen. BMW, when I get into Hollywood, we are bringing that car to the United States, okay? I'm going to be your brand spokesperson. I'm going to need about $20 million a year. You give me that car for free, of course, because I'm driving it and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? But that car right there, $24,000. Nice. That is much as they sold Dodge Darts for the 2010s. I'm assuming that maybe they're built better. We'll see. The Dart was discontinued in 2016. Yes, indeed. Oh, it's Puerto Rican. Yes, so it is from Mexico, this car, yes. There's the back seat with air conditioning. Yeah, BMW, you need to bring this one to the States. Please and thank you. A $24,000 BMW, a $24,000 BMW, a $24,000 BMW. Yes, let's look at the back seat one more time here. Let's go back. Like, come on. Not to mention, shout out that both seats have a seat back so you can store stuff, because usually the driver's side in most cars in the US do not have that anymore. And air conditioning. That can be for USB, USB-C, and then of course right here, you know, is the armrest. But if you want to get fancy, you can have heated and cold cup holders right there. Let's look at the front one more time. Yes, I keep up with everything, okay? Bring it so I can sit in Uber. Can you imagine being Ubered in this? Like, this is nice. It should cost $24,000. What you say? 24,000. BMW, bring this to the States, okay? Bring that to the States. And Volkswagen, you need to bring that 4-door Beetle, okay? Yes, perfect brains, virtual tour, and BFP streaming watchathons. Look at you, yes indeed. And listen, you can watch all that. Wait, you can watch all of that right there on that. Okay, yes you can. Yes you can. You can watch just right there. You can watch this right there. Yes. So Phil talked about the don't drive. Yes, don't drive and watch us. Okay, because whatever comes out my mouth might make you wreck with the craziness that comes out my mouth. So just pull over into a parking lot and watch us, okay? We want you to be responsible, safe, and okay. All right. So now if we think about the Dodge Dart, right? We think about the Neon. We think about the Stratus, right? We think about all of those Dodge cars, right? Check this out from Kelley Blue Book. Okay, here we go.
Personally, I'm a fan of EVs, but whatever your stance on EVs may be, the launch of the Dodge Charger Daytona made it obvious that battery packs and electric motors aren't what gets muscle car fans fired up. Add in what some see as a slightly corny exhaust audio system, and the hunger for the 6-pack gas-powered engine was well and truly stoked. And fortunately, it's finally here.
By the way, before we continue, let me just scroll down. Congratulations to Kelley Blue Book for making it to 100 years. That is a huge, huge deal. Congratulations to Kelley Blue Book for making it to 100 years. Once again, one more time, congratulations to Kelley Blue Book making it to 100 years. Everybody, that is a huge. Can you imagine if there was 100 years of Braylon's virtual tour? Unfortunately, it's not going to be, but just imagine if that was an accomplishment that, you know, could happen. That means I would have to have been born at Walt's time and just done virtual tour, you know, through black and white imagery and leading up to all this. But listen, we celebrate accomplishments over here, big and small. Let's continue.
The 2026 Dodge Charger lineup gives you choices. It starts with the RT, making 420 horsepower from the 6-pack standard output engine.
Now, see, that's $51,990. Back to this for $24,000. Do you see why sedans need to make a comeback? Let's continue.
And it starts at $51,990, including destination fees. Next up is the Scat Pack with 550 horsepower from its high output 6-pack engine, and it starts at $56,990. At the top of the range, you've got the all-electric Daytona Scat Pack with 670 horsepower starting at $61,990. 2 doors or 4, gas or electric. That's your.
Wait a minute. I know what you think. Wait, what? Let's go back.
Horsepower starting at $61,990. 2 doors or 4, gas or electric. That's your.
One more time.
$61,990. 2 doors or 4, gas or electric.
You saw that, right?
That's yours.
4-door. By the way, the thumbnail that you guys saw is a 4-door Chevrolet electric Camaro. Yeah. Reminds me of my former Dodge Avenger. I miss it, rip car. You never ever, don't you dare spice recon one on the interstate. Oh, please don't. Please don't. You never know what they're working on. Hologram technology, now that part. But by the way, hologram technology in the world of Disney, which by the way, y'all, just because we respond to what's happening, just want y'all to know, breaking news, okay, this came out an hour ago. It was the members first, but Universal Epic Universe preps huge fireworks show at nighttime hours. Okay, so that's being alleged right now. Okay, so that's some breaking news there. BFP, we will cover it and give our take on it. Actually, we've been ahead really of everybody else because we've been saying that this is just a side conversation here, but we've been saying that extracelestial hours could be a thing, right? Of course, we knew they were going to do a nighttime show because they were actually testing out the projection technology, because there was a bird flying through water. Okay, it was a water projection of a bird. But side conversation, just want to bring that up because we respond to the culture of culture by culture in real time. Let's continue with Dodge. Here we go.
To choose, just note, if you're looking for a gas 4-door, you can order it now, but it won't hit the dealerships until mid-2026. Under the hood of the gas scat pack, you'll find this 6-pack high output, a 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-6 from Dodge's Hurricane.
Can I just say this 6-pack right here, I love the detail of it. Amazing.
Family. It makes 550 horsepower, 531 pound-feet of torque, and hits 0 to 60 miles.
Like, let's zoom in on this. I love the uniformity of this, that it feels old school, right? But it feels new school. You know what I mean? Because if y'all remember the Dukes of Hazzard, which, yes, I know it has a particular flag that nobody likes, okay? But the signature of that was, it was a 2-door where the door didn't work, so you had to get in, right? You had to jump in. And they brought the energy of that car back to this. And the colors are bold. They're how can I put it? They're bold, they're punchy, and they're letting you know that they're here. You know what I mean? So, yes, the current fountain is being drained, and the fireworks pad behind Helios' update. Yes. Thanks for the update. Hooray for Friday night. Yes. Are we doing a show Friday night? Let me know. I'm willing to wait on the gas powered car. Yes. Let's continue.
Miles per hour in just 3.9 seconds. It'll run the quarter mile in 12.2, and it tops out at 177 miles per hour. Twin Garrett GT 2054 turbos spin up to 185,000 RPM, pushing 30 pounds of boost. The turbos are counter-rotating to cut lag and built with Inconel 713 for heat resistance. Translation? Quicker response and more sustained power. Dodge says the 6-pack produces 88% of its peak torque at just 2,500 RPM and 90% of peak torque from 3,000 all the way up to 6,000 RPM.
Let me pause it here for a minute because I want to bring up something else here as well. This car right here, right, the Dodge Charger right here, that car right there has been one of the best cars for Dodge for a very long time. So there's that face there with the snake grill there, or the snake nose, and then right here, Dodge Charger was named most loved full-size sedan in America by Strategic Vision. So this was this here has evolved to this. Okay, now this is off the Dodge Challenger. Okay, so let's continue here. And I think, let me go back for a second. And you see right here, they just took what they had and just updated it, which, I mean, it's beyond incredible what Dodge is doing in the world of cars here. Okay, wait. And then here's the Dodge Dart right here. Now, this car actually did sell pretty good. I'm not going to say here in front. Not to mention, I love the tail of that. Like when you saw that red You knew it was God. Let's continue.
Yeah, that dual mode exhaust sounds as good as it looks. Here's the party trick. The Charger is the only muscle car with all-wheel drive and on-demand rear-wheel drive.
Let me say that 2 more times, or let Kelly Boo Book say that 2 more times.
Here's the party trick. The Charger is the only muscle car with all-wheel drive and on-demand rear-wheel drive.
1 more time. Just 1 more time.
Here's the party trick. The Charger is the only muscle car with all-wheel drive and on-demand rear-wheel drive.
If you live in a snowy place, you can have a 4-door muscle car with all-wheel drive. Okay, and let me tell you something. Rear-wheel drive usually is for luxury cars and everything else, but you have that in a muscle car. I think most muscle cars are usually rear-wheel drive. But here's the thing: on-demand rear-wheel drive. So basically, whenever you need all 4 tires to grip, you can. But when you don't, and want the front 2 tires to rest, you can do on-demand rear-wheel drive, and that is a 10.1-inch screen. Let's continue.
Hit the button and the 8-speed automatic sends 100% of torque to the rear wheels for burnouts, donuts, and drifts. Then, when you're ready, switch back to all-wheel drive for maximum grip off the line. Add line lock, launch control, and selectable drive modes, including auto, eco, wet, snow, sport, and custom, and you've got muscle that adapts to any surface. Stopping power comes from Brembo 6-piston fixed fronts and floating rears with e-boost brake-by-wire for fade resistance. The suspension is all new. Multi-link up front with a 4-link rear, which Dodge says delivers 10% quicker.
Let's watch that again.
The suspension is all new. Multi-link up front with a 4-link rear, which Dodge says delivers 10% quicker cornering response.
I'm such a little kid. One more time, y'all.
And you've got muscle that adapts to any surface. Stopping power comes from Brembo 6-piston fixed fronts and floating rears with e-boost brake-by-wire for fade resistance. The suspension is all new. Multi-link up front with a 4-link rear, which Dodge says delivers 10% quicker cornering response.
So, listen, I'm going to introduce the trio of Bumblebees. So the yellow Bumblebee Camaro is the older brother, right? Okay. And like I said, Beetle, Volkswagen, I need you to do a Herbie the Love Bug overlay and need you to bring this 4-door Love Bug. I haven't forgot about you. And BMW, bring this $24,000 BMW to the States. But back to the Smart. This is Bumblebee's middle brother. Okay? This is Bumblebee's middle brother. You want to know who's the younger brother? You want to know who's the younger brother? This is the younger brother of the 3 Bumblebees. Here we
with
go.
e-boost brake-by-wire for fade resistance. The suspension is all new. Multi-link up front with a 4-link rear, which Dodge says delivers 10% quicker cornering response.
That's the younger brother of Bumblebee right there. I just want you to know. The Camaro is that classic refined car. The Smart is very sensible, very cutesy, very mindful, very demure, very observant. The younger brother don't give a fuck. I'll probably feel uncomfortable in driving this car. Yes, the Waymo cars, which I believe that they've been starting to, bloom up around the country. And then, of course, you got Tesla and the robo-taxis and many more autonomous vehicles. Let's continue.
15% faster lateral reaction and 25% better balance than before. But more on that in a moment. Inside, it's pure Dodge attitude with a modern twist. The design nods to the 68 Charger, but tech takes center stage.
I mean,
a 10.25-inch digital cluster,
ladies and gentlemen,
12.3.
That's all light. Okay. What do you want me to do? Because a real good streamer can find other content. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back.
attitude with a modern twist. Inside, it's pure Dodge attitude with a modern twist. The design nods to the 68 Charger, but tech takes center stage. A 10.25-inch digital cluster, a 12.3-inch center screen, attitude with a modern twist. Inside, it's pure Dodge attitude with a modern twist. The design nods to the 68 Charger, but tech takes center stage. A 10.25-inch digital cluster, a 12.3-inch center screen, and available attitude adjustment lighting with 64 colors that react to drive modes and even door openings.
Colors.
The flat top, flat bottom wheel feels race ready, and the pistol grip shifter sits next to an available wireless charger. Seats? Go with black Napa or demonic red, with plus trims adding a panoramic glass roof, carbon fiber accents, and a 914.
Can we go back to the colors? Let's go back to the colors. Can we go back 2 more times for the colors? Okay.
And available attitude adjustment lighting with 64 colors that react to drive modes and even door openings. The flat top, flat bottom wheel feels race ready.
One more time. That's all I'm asking. One more time. Just one more. Okay.
Available attitude adjustment lighting with 64 colors that react to drive modes and even door openings. The flat top, flat bottom wheel feels race ready, and the pistol grip shifter sits next to an available wireless charger. Seats? Go with black Napa or demonic red, with plus trims adding a panoramic glass roof, carbon fiber accents, and with plus.
Somebody tell me why a cinnamon interior. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, long time no see you. It is good to see you. I hope all is well. I miss you being over here. I miss some of y'all being over here, but y'all are more than welcome to be over here. I'm still over here creating content. We're talking about cars right now. I just got done showcasing American Dream Mall, and I talked about could malls, be content hubs to equalize the entertainment industry and the media industry. And then we got 3,000 seat theater inside American Dream Mall announced the next day. And so now we're talking about cars. But it is good to see Sarah Hill. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Let's continue here. Good to see you. Like I said, this being a brown cinnamon interior. Oh, my God. A blue interior. Burgundy interior. Oh, my God. You're fine. You are absolutely fine. Just know it is good to see you, and you are always welcome over here. I love you. I value you. I embrace you very much. You know that. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. Let's continue, everybody.
Trims adding a pattern.
Purple interior. Yes. Wait a minute. I just thought about something. Can you imagine the interior being a Yoshi interior, being a Luigi interior, being a so this type of car right here, let me go back just a little bit here to show you the outside. This right here is a Dodge Charger. Now they have right here, they have this. They have the
doors are 4, gas or electric.
They have the
two doors are 4 or electric.
So this is a Dodge Charger, 2-door, 4-door, 2-door, 4-door. And right here's the interior right here.
Attitude with a modern twist. Inside, it's pure Dodge attitude with a modern twist. The design nods to the 68 Charger, but tech takes center stage. A 10.25-inch digital cluster, a 12.3-inch center screen, and available attitude adjustment lighting with 64 colors.
I gotta tell you something. The fact that Dodge can put that into the car when there's so many people that go and get the Monster, by the way, shout out to Monster Audio, that they go get the Monster or they get the Philips lighting or whatever type of lighting to do that to their car, and the fact that that is in the car is top tier energy. Absolute cinema, in the words of More Pegasus. Love that brother as well. Great content creator. Let's keep going.
Drive modes and even door openings. The flat top, flat bottom wheel feels race ready, and the pistol grip shifter sits next to an available wireless charger.
Just right there, that's the wireless charger, everybody.
Go with black Napa or demonic red.
If they had more interior colors, this would be selling like crazy. Not saying it's not going to sell like crazy, but I feel like a burgundy brown interior. Oh my God. Now, I don't know how they could do this, but wouldn't it be cool if they could make like a chair that is like, I don't know how you would do it. Like, could there be like a chair where when you sit down, you can change the color of your chair, and like the back seats are like one digital color and the front seats are one digital color. So if you want just that, you can change the seats to that. I don't know who can do that, but that would be so cool. Let's continue.
With plus trims adding a panoramic glass roof, carbon fiber accents, and a 914 watt Alpine Pro audio system. And thanks to the hidden...
Let's hear that again. Say that again.
914 watt Alpine Pro audio systems and a 914 watt Alpine Pro audio system. 914 watt Alpine carbon fiber accents and a 914 watt Alpine Pro audio system.
Let me tell you something. Thank you. Thank you. You going to be having the jammiest car on the block. 914 watt. Do you not know how much that costs? I remember when you could go to Best Buy or Circuit City. This is dating myself, but I don't give a damn. This is when you could go to Best Buy or Circuit City and roll up your car. And I believe that Best Buy still does it. But they will install, right? They will install an audio system for you, okay? I don't know if they still do that, right? Only best thing, driverless car, guarantee you won't smell like a smoker. Understood.
And thanks to the hidden hatch, you even get solid passenger space and up to 37.4 cubic feet of cargo. Standard safety tech.
So your muscle car also has storage, okay? Listen.
That includes forward collision warning, adaptive cruise, lane management, blind spot monitoring, and more. Optional safety systems include the 360-degree surround view.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. In the Kia, right? And I believe this was in the Honda HR-V, but they switched it. When you switch lanes, they have like two gauges. It's digital gauges. When you switch, there's a camera that shows your blind spot, right? Like a live, real in-time camera. It is amazing. Interior is great. I'll choose a cloth interior seats. Alpine Pro system was great in the adventure. And hello, Sarah Hill. Welcome in. Gorgeous guy tab here. Let's continue.
A tire-to-curb camera, a head-up display, and blind spot video when signaling.
See? Blind spot live camera. That's been happening a lot more of the, everyday brands.
It's been a long wait, but muscle car fans could finally stop holding their breath. This is the 2026 Dodge Charger Scat Pack, and right over there is the tail of the dragon. We're gonna find out if this thing has captured the magic that the electric ones seem to have missed.
With all-wheel drive confidence, rear-wheel drive fun, and that six-pack hurricane punch, the Charger definitely feels engineered for everyday muscle and weekend mayhem. Flogging the big car up and down the tail of the dragon, a place where no muscle car should really feel at home, showed that Dodge has really put in the work to make this nearly 5,500-pound beast handle like it should.
Woo, baby! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
After a full day flogging the 2026 Dodge Charger Scat Pack with the six-pack gasoline engine up and down the tail of the dragon and burning plenty of rubber with it, it's clear Dodge has finally hit the notes that muscle car enthusiasts have been looking for. If you want to see more about our thoughts on this car, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Kelly Blue Book.
Thank you, Kelly Blue Book. So listen, Dodge, you did your thing. I gotta give it to you. Listen, Dodge, call Braylon Lee, okay? Dodge and Braylon Lee go together. Because my last name is L-E, and Dodge has an E at the end. You follow what I'm saying. Wait a minute, hang on, y'all. I'm getting a virtual call. Really? You really want to do? We're live right now. You motherfucker. Okay, fine. Give me a moment, y'all. Apparently, this guy loves Dodge as well. It just has some things they would like to say. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, so this guy has to come in. Go ahead, talk about the Dodge Durango. I'm live. You being a broadcaster, you would think you would have some decency, some order, and some damn decorum. Go ahead.
God. elegance. Sometimes the luxurious things in life are... Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here! Get out of here, you dumb dancers!
They just saw a nice
I've told them
scene.
100 times they can't dance in here.
I told you 100
Bunch of
times not to
dirty
interrupt my
dancers.
damn life, but somehow you're doing it.
There's nothing that gets me more ticked off as a bunch of dirty, irresponsible dancers dancing in front of my Dodge Durango.
Jesus Christ. I don't like dirty anchors messing up my spot. But I'm live, damn it. Okay, go ahead. Damn sense.
Ah! You get out of here! Get off my set! You know, a lot of people will tell you about the Dodge Durango's available Hemi V8 engine and 360 horsepower, but I'm the only one with the guts to tell you about the glove box. 0.1 cubic feet of storage, 12-volt light bulb, all in beautiful injection molded thermoplastic olefin. Comfortably fits 2 turkey sandwiches, 6 ball-peen hammers, 70 packs of gums, 20 rulers. This thing goes on for inches. Starting to get the picture? Oh yeah, this glove box I've been talking about, it comes standard.
Glove boxes are in most cars. Oh my God. That's what you get. That's exactly what you get.
I know it's just a curtain, but I can't get out. You know, a lot of people will tell you about the Dodge Durango's available Hemi V8 engine and 360 horsepower, but I'm the only one with the guts to tell you about this glove box. 0.1 cubic feet of storage, 12-volt light bulb, all in beautiful injection molded thermoplastic olefin. Comfortably fits 2 turkey sandwiches or 70 packs of gum. Say what? Look, I'm not
Why are you
lying.
being wasteful?
Gum for days. Is this a gumball machine? No, it's a Dodge Durango.
What the hell is wrong with you?
On my right is the new Dodge Durango with up to 360 horsepower. On my left is 1 horse with 1 horsepower. That makes you feel pretty dumb, doesn't it? This thing is literally 360 times more powerful than you.
Yeah, that horse kicks your ass.
Look
Don't
at
you say a damn word.
Worthless. There you have it.
Horse just
360
mind his damn
times
business. Just
better than a horse. Staring contest, go. I win. On my right is the new Dodge Durango. She's got it all, including 25 Impegus highway. What? Impegus.
miles per gallon, you
Mupagas? Impegus. Impegus? 25 Impegus. I'm saying it right, but it just doesn't sound familiar.
No, you're not. My God. All right, Ron, I gotta get back to my show. Oh my, I'm sorry, y'all. I am no decorum. No decorum whatsoever. Let's continue, y'all. So let's get to this right here. Oh my God. Okay, so here we go from autoblog.com. Sedans are making a comeback in America. Most American automakers have abandoned sedans in recent years, but it looks like those are coming back in a big way soon. That is the Ford Montenero car that is overseas. Everybody, let's continue. Key automakers are reconsidering their stance on mainstream sedans. Well, gee, when the president got rid of the EV tax credit for $10,000, and it's a hard time to get batteries because of tariffs, and Will Ferrell, that same guy who interrupted my damn show, Ron Burgundy rather, not Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's a nice guy. Ron Burgundy can be a bit of a asshole. When Will Ferrell, Aquafina, and Kenan Thompson went over to Norway and GE and GM rather, not GE. GE is General Electric. GM is General Motors. But GM said we're going to do 30 electric vehicles by 2030, and we haven't heard nothing else since, right? Not to mention you got to have the infrastructure to have all these EV stations. Now, there are some stations around, college campuses and downtowns that are trying to do more, but it's not at the level of a gas station network, right? Let's continue here. Buick, Chrysler, and Ford are the likeliest candidates for the American sedan revival. Ford appears to be the most committed to the comeback after CEO says sedans are back on the table. The comeback we did expect. For the most part, American automakers have all but abandoned sedans in the home market. Ford doesn't have anything to offer in that class, while GM only has Cadillac to sell these four-doors. As for Stellantis, its lone offering is the Dodge Charger, which you all just saw. You can literally count all the American sedans sold stateside with one hand. The irony is GM and Ford are still selling sedans outside the U.S. GM's Chinese operations still have loads of them, while Ford has them on split markets. True crossovers are now dominant. Crossovers are now dominating the sales charts in America, but we can't help to think that American automakers gave away all their potential sales to rivals. Lately, though, there's been a turnaround with rising average new car prices. Ford's lines, in particular, are looking to either reintroduce or introduce more sedans to their respective rosters. Even GM wants to have the fun by the looks of things. So, with all major American automakers considering these, at the very least, it looks like the American sedan will soon stage its comeback. Exciting times indeed, especially for those with crossover SUV fatigue. So here is the four-door Dodge Charger. Like I said, my birthday's August 10th. If anybody wants to give me this, okay? All right. Now, of course, I would like Jill Scott to drive this up to me, okay? And then, me and her just go off, on a long highway. I don't know where we're going, but I ain't coming back. I wouldn't mind that for a birthday gift, okay? But, of course, Jill Scott is here and I'm here, and, she's, living life and over there, and I'm living life over here, and she she might be a muscle woman. Let me stop. Let me not put Jill Lee, Miss Lee, if you're nasty, in a box, because she can't be put in a box. Let's continue, though. Chrysler's much needed second mile. True, the Pacifica is the nation's best-selling minivan, but a car company cannot survive for long with just 1 mile in the range. Chrysler desperately needs a second vehicle, and has recently hinted at a sedan revival that will be unlike anything seen before. Since there was the mention of the possibility of it blending segments, so it might be a lifted sedan sources people can't get enough crossover these days. It's a bolder, riskier approach, but it still doesn't rule out the possibility of it looking like looking more traditional. A Charger-based 300 could help and could work and help bring back Chrysler to its Halcon days, provided it makes the right noises. So that is a brand new Chrysler 300 using Gemini 3 Pro. That's AI. That is AI. Okay? All right. Now, Chrysler, something I would like to see you do, because y'all interiors are amazing. Could y'all bring this back in a PT Cruiser? I'm just asking a question. I think that would be amazing if y'all could bring it back in a PT Cruiser. I think it would be amazing if you could bring it back in a PT Cruiser. Okay, just keeping it up because we want to be real about it. The PT Cruiser was the American version of the Volkswagen Beetle. What, is that too far of a leap? I'm just asking questions here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. Ford's plan, CEO Jim Farley had made it clear that sedans are back on the table. However, he didn't say what kind of sedan the company could release down the line. Subcompact, compact sedans seem out of the picture, so there might be a chance to look at a midsize or even a large sedan in the future. That's everything you need to know there. Now, I want to bring something up here to all of you. This is the 2020 Ford Fusion, the top-selling car at the time in America, right? Let's zoom in here to the interior right here, right? So, of course, they had the SEL, so they had different versions of it. So there was the I think they had the SE was the entry level, right? But I don't think they had an S model. Although I do think the Ford Fusion could have an S model. Now, here's the cool thing. You see these buttons right here? That was an electric parking brake, but also too, the Ford Fusion had this technology where you could literally, right? The Ford Fusion would park itself, right? All you had to do was just press a button and let it park itself, right? So if you still have a Ford Fusion, you have that feature, and you're doing your first, if you're doing your driver's test, just press the button, let it park itself. All right, my friend, appreciate you. I'm gonna still give you a good show so that we can watch the whole thing. Okay, much love to you. So back seat there with the air conditioning, right? And the Ford Sync system here, heated seats. Now, heated seats and cooled seats could be cool. So if you did let's just say that you just made the buttons like this. So you did half that, the top button heated, bottom part cooled. Did I just revise a car right there live in real time? Yes, I did. Then there is the Prindle, PRNDL. So you just twist where you want to be, and then you just press start and you go. That's pretty much how that works. So you do this, and then you turn this on, and then you go. And the Ford Sync system is pretty big there. Now this one's not bad. 56,075 miles, $15,780. That's not bad. All right, so there's the key fob, automatic seats. You had your settings for your seat. Automatic windows there. There you go. GPS, the dynamic camera system, and right there. Now, some of these had the CD player, right? But because we're streaming, you just have to play, pause button, fast forward, reverse. And then there's the sport mode there. There's the electric parking brake, sunroof. Like I said, they should have never gotten rid of the Ford Fusion. That was their best car that they've ever made. And they were selling them like hotcakes, okay? So, Ford, if you're going to bring something back, bring this back. Don't bring it under an electric car. Don't bring it back under a hybrid. Closest you can do is Eco Boost, okay? I don't want to hear nothing else. Moving on. So, with that being said, let's continue here with Ford, since I brought I need that back. Ford. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Ford could revive the $40,000 sedan. Here's everything we know. Ford is preparing several new sub $40,000 models over the next few years, including a possible sedan. Here's what we know. Now, this is the Ford Montanaro car, I believe. While new car prices have skyrocketed over the last several years, and shout out to Motor One for this, only recently have automakers started to really consider affordability. Some, like Toyota, let's go places, are bringing back lower price trims. Ford's going beyond that, preparing 5 new models that will start at under $40,000, including a brand new sedan. The first to arrive is a mid-sized truck next year. Other models could include SUVs, vans, and a car, the last of which is the segment the Blue Oval has nearly abandoned. It still sells the Mustangs by icons like the Fiesta, Focus, Fusion, and Taurus long dead. Details about the new sedan are scarce. All we know is that last year, Ford CEO Jim Farley proclaimed that the automaker's #1 rule was no boring products. That's a great creed to have, but we are interested to see how that translates into the sub $40,000 sedan. While the new car is still a few years away, here's everything we need to know about Ford's upcoming sub $40,000 sedan. Now, here is the Fusion. This is a sedan rendering. Now, let's go back right to the Ford Fusion here. Let's go back. Not bad. Not bad. Just updated. And not to mention, dude, it's got a little bit of muscle car energy right here. Now, those can be exhaust there, but if you remember the Kia Forte, they also had the turn signals at the bottom of the car. But let's keep going. I like that. The Ford Fusion is the first name that comes to mind. It seems hard to believe that Ford will completely abandon it for something new, but that might actually be the case. When Ford announced the 5 new vehicles, they also said that they would go and sell fresh names. Last year, Ford posted a job for a non-nomenclature strategist. Rather, it was looking for someone who could deliver names that are not only memorable but meaningful, but aligned with our broader brand architecture and legally viable. So the automaker should have expertise in creating something new if it wants. But the Fusion seemed like it would be an easy one. Yeah, I would just bring back the Fusion. Like, here it is. Like, what we talking about? In the words of that little Luna, what you talking about? It's unclear what direction Ford will take with the sedan's design. There's a good chance that the automaker will borrow style and cues from the Chinese market, Mondeo, which our rendering mimics. But it's unclear what size sedan Ford will make. We're expecting it would be a mid-size offering. Could I suggest to y'all that maybe this is the full-size sedan, right? And then you take this and make it a mid-size, and then you take that and make it the compact. Then you take that and make that the subcompact. So keep whatever face this is with this and just making it each one. There it is. Thank you. That's what I'm here for. Let's continue. Our sedan has slim lighting elements, front and rear, a Taurus-like grille, and a fastback-like roof. Inside the sedan could have at least 2 screens, that dual screen thing that we've been seeing in a lot of cars recently, with a possible third one for the passenger. So you mean seat backs, like digital seat backs, like in airplanes? That could be a thing. I remember the Chevrolet Venture had that. I remember the Malibu Max also had the headrest where you can have it installed. Well, not just have those installed, but the CD player would, be up top, and then you could just bring the screen down and just insert the CD there. And also, let's not forget the Chevrolet Venture. And there was a Warner Brothers edition. I remember it because it was a silver logo with Bugs Bunny. I used to get that brochure at Bell Chevrolet in Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay, that's in West Little Rock. And then, of course, the Chevrolet Uplander as well. Let's continue. If Ford infuses the model with some Chinese technology, the automaker could offer something more restrained to keep the price down. What platform will ride on? Ford could build its new sedan on its existing C2 platform, but nothing is confirmed. The architecture already underpins an assortment of current Ford motor company models, including the Maverick and Chinese name Mondeo, which should provide the automaker opportunities to offer a new model in the United States without high development manufacturing costs. What will power it? Ford hasn't provided any specific powertrain details, but when the automaker announced its new vehicle, Ford Blue and Model E President Andrew Frick said the cars would be multi-energy. So, question: will this car have shape language energy, or will the energy have a shape language? I'll mention back to the PT Cruiser. By the way, it's marketed as a truck. I had no idea. Thank you so much for that. The car was such a success that Chrysler ran 6 Flags for a whole day in 2002. And thanks, whom bought the PT Cruiser. Awesome stuff. Thank you for that, Kitchen Layer Fortin. Absolutely. Let's get back to this here. We expect the vehicles to accommodate combustion engines, hybrids, and fully electric powertrains. Whether Ford will offer all 3 in new sedans unclear given the price point and current market. We expect the automaker to initially offer combustion and hybrid powertrains before offering a fully electric version arrives. Y'all, just bring back the gas. I don't know why y'all keep doing it. The EVs are forcing y'all go back to sedans. Good damn. Moving on. All right. Engine sizes and outputs remain a mystery, but the car rides on the C2 platform, and it will likely feature small turbocharged 4-cylinder combustion and hybrid engines. How much will it cost? Ford has said, all Ford has said about pricing is that the 5 new vehicles, including the car, will start under $40,000 without knowing what size car Ford plans to produce and who the automaker intends to compete with, it's hard to predict a starting price. The midsize Fusion, which left the market after the 2020 year start at under $25,000. Ford plans to continue competing in the segment with models against models like Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. That starting price will likely be close to $30,000, leaving little room for anything larger if the automaker is concerned about price and affordability. When it will debut? Now that we are in the back half of the decade, time is running short if Ford wants to launch a new car by 2030. The first new sub $40,000 vehicle from the automaker is a midsize electric truck. Arriving in 2027, we can expect the car to debut sometime after that. Now, I want to bring your attention to something. Give me a moment. This came out in 2023. But I just want y'all to see this. Okay, now this might change your mind about Toyota a little bit. It did for me. I've always believed Toyota is amazing, but yeah. Here we go.
Crown Vic. That's what they should have called this. I feel like Ford would have feelings about it. So usually we'll say like it competes against XYZ. It doesn't have anything that it competes against.
It's kind of in no man's land.
It's in no man's land and nobody really wants this land. Welcome to Downshift. My name is Matt.
And my name is Paul, and we just spent a week with Toyota's Crown.
That's right. This is the weirdest car that's on sale today. I don't really understand the car, but I'm going to walk you around everything you need to know about it anyway.
Yeah, and then we're going to get behind the wheel and talk about some of the standouts for the week. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
By the way, Savage Geese is another great content creator. I haven't watched him in a while, but his car reviews, it's like barbecue ribs off the bone with him. Amazing content creator. Let's continue.
But before we dive into too much, we're going to cover the funky little odds and ends. Like it says Toyota on the badge, but it's got the Volkswagen feature where, depending on how you have the volume adjusted, the actual icon doesn't stay perfectly upright. And I know this drives some people insane. But just underneath that is one of my favorite things about the car. It's a weird thing to compliment in a car review, but I love what they've done with the center console here. I love the vertically oriented wireless chargers, so you can see it just at a glance, little notifications as they come in. I love that you've got this separate removable thing, so if you've got a larger or more oblong sized water bottle, you can stick it in here. The only thing that would make this a little bit better is I've seen Volkswagen, again, weird Volkswagen references in this video so far, but they use this as like an ice scraper, which could be kind of nice out here in Wisconsin. But I absolutely love the storage, the ergonomics, and the Volkswagen references in this video so far. But they use this as like an ice scraper.
You see that screen, right?
Which could be kind of nice.
See that screen, right? Look at the clearness of that screen.
Out here in Wisconsin, but I absolutely love the storage, the ergonomics, and the utility of this center console here. And the fact that this isn't gloss black, it's kind of like a gray, still hides fingerprints and smudges and scratches a little bit better. But speaking of ice buildup, this is also a nice little thing. This is a de-icer. It's kind of a little heated pad at the bottom of the windshield where the windshield wipers actually rest. So the rubber stays a little bit more pliable and gets you a better clean when it goes to wipe, and also that doesn't get iced and stuck together to the windshield. So that is a super nice feature to have, again, here in Wisconsin. Dear Mr. Fantasy, play us a tune, something to make us all happy. And this is the nightshade version of the Crown, and yet it says limited across the back, and that's because the nightshade is built off of the limited trim. So all the stuff that comes on the limited is going to come here on the nightshade. And for 2026,
this is the exterior. Now, this is like a sedan crossover. I want to skip forward just a little bit here because the interior is really, really nice. Okay, so I think right here's the interior. Here we go.
But not too bad. We'll head up the cabin to the rear seats. Decent door detailing here. Again, I love some of this bronze accenting that we get in the interior. We'll talk about that more as we go up the cabin, but it's here in the door release as well. Heated seats for our outboard seats in here, which is really kind of...
From a Toyota. You see the seat backs, shout out to that. And the air conditioning. Let's continue.
Kind of nice. We do have a big panoramic sunroof here, which is really pretty cool. Some of that gold or bronze detailing into the seats, perforations in the back here, but I'm gonna step in because you wanna see the size. Now I'm 6'1", I've got plenty of knee room. You've got 0.9 more inches of knee room in the Crown than you do in the Camry. The issue is when it comes to headroom. I've got this aggressive cutout here in the roof for my head, but then I have to keep my head all the way back, and then I'm kind of rubbing up against the back of the ceiling, and I do hit my forehead a little bit on this cutout here. If you didn't go for a panoramic roof, presumably you'd have a little bit more space up here, but you do have dual USB-Cs and some air vents back here. And ultimately, the space is decent, at least in terms of knee room. And of course, we'll move up the cabin to talk about the front seats. We've got 2-person memory, which is really pretty nice. Again, a lot of that kind of bronze detailing, piping, stitching.
Look at the seat. Look at the seat. Look at the fucking seat. Let's continue.
Perforations through the seats because we've got 3-level heated, we've got 3-level cooled, and we have an auto setting. So the...
Say that again.
Person memory, which is really pretty nice. Again, a lot of that kind of bronze detailing, piping, stitching, perforations through the seats because we've got 3-level heated, we've got 3-level cooled. Ultimately, the space is decent, at least in terms of knee room. And of course, we'll move up the cabin to talk about the front seats. We've got 2-person memory, which is really pretty nice. Again, a lot of that kind of bronze detailing, piping, stitching, perforations through the seats because we've got 3-level heated, we've got 3-level cooled.
Pause. Let's go back to the Ford Fusion for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back because I said something that Ford could do. And Ford, if you do this, we're going to have problems because you should call me. Now, imagine this cut in half. Up top, 3-level heated, bottom part, 3-level cooled. What can I say except you're welcome? Let's get back to the crowd. Toyota. Let's go, please.
And we have an auto setting. So the car will read the ambient temperatures outside and inside and automatically adjust your heated and cooled seat. You've also got 2 levels.
Yeah, that's from Toyota. Okay? Let's continue.
Level heated steering wheel. And again, some of the bronze accents. Really, really nice. We'll talk about that more as we talk about the cabin design right now. But like I said, cabin design, quality, materials.
Look at the size of that screen and the clearness of it. Continuing.
Fit and finish, all that stuff. Let's talk about it. Now, I hope you like black because it's the only interior color option you're going to get. But like I said, with these gold accents through the steering wheel, across your dash, into your door card, and through the seats and everything, it certainly does feel like the nicest Toyota interior. I think our Crown Signia that we tested last winter had kind of a saddle brown interior, which looked really, really nice. But even here in the black with the gold accenting and contrast, it does feel really pretty nice. We talked about that center console. Love the ergonomics here. Physical buttons for pretty much all of your climate controls there. Really, really nice. The leather quality is pretty good. There's really no squeaks or rattles or anything, even in these sub-freezing temperatures here that we have been testing in all week. Everything fits and comes to hand pretty well. There's nothing in a weird spot, and it all just kind of works, and it looks pretty upscale. Not quite Lexus, but definitely nicer than pretty much anything else in the Toyota lineup. But as we zoom in on technology, it's a little bit pros and cons, hit or miss. There's no head-up display. I guess I'm not really expecting that for something like this, kind of more luxury-ish family sedan, you could say. But you do have a nice digital instrument.
See here. I'm familiar with the 2023 Camry SRT. Was nice and fast. I almost considered buying it from a rental company. Absolutely. Yes, Camrys have been out here for a very long time.
Instrument cluster, it's relatively customizable, but it looks nice. It looks expensive and it looks modern. And I guess that's really what I'm looking for. Over to the right here, we've got our big infotainment screen. I think it's like 12.3 inches or something. It looks nice. The interaction, it's the Toyota connected system that we've been pretty familiar with for a couple of years now. It really works pretty well. It's got all the stuff that I need, really nothing I don't. We've got an energy flow screen for our hybrid. The only thing that's a bit of a bummer is on our nightshade trim here, we're not going to get 360 cameras. I believe you can get that if you spend more money, but you're not going to get that here on the Nightshade trim. Again, it's built off of the limited trim. Over here, we've got our Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. It's decent. It's not like mind-bogglingly good or anything, but it's definitely good enough to be helpful on long highway trips between towns or cities. The last thing we'll talk about before we get with Paulo is the price. Now, a Crown starts at $41,400 for your XLE.
$41,000. All of that for $41,000. That's not bad.
Trim. But if you go up to what we're testing at, which isn't the Platinum, it's not the top trim, we're testing at almost $52,000. So you can get this thing pretty expensive. And yeah, it's nice on the interior, but let's get with Paulo and talk about whether or not that's worth it. Are we going to...
So, wanted to show that shout out to Downshift there. Let's continue here because we got this here from GM Authority. Rendering shows Generation 6 Chevy Camaro sedan will have looked great. Listen, we saw a 4-door Dodge Charger. I don't want to hear nothing. That looks hot. Let's continue. Production of the 6th generation Chevy Camaro concluded with the end of the 2024 model year, much to the chagrin of enthusiasts. While the 6th generation Camaro was offered strictly as a 2-door coupe and convertible, GM Authority has long toyed with the idea of the Camaro sedan. Now we're back at it with a fresh set of exclusive renderings. Here's another one here. Okay. Last time we rendered a hypothetical 6th gen Chevy Camaro was back in 2019, but this time around we're taking another crack at it with improved illustrative skills. From the off the front of our Chevrolet Camaro today is still instantly recognizable, carrying over the same sharp headlights, wide grille, aggressive lower fascia, the long hoods, sculpted lines give it a performance-oriented stance, while details like hood vents and racing stripes reinforces muscle car identity. Rather, one of the biggest changes is the inner roof line, which flows smoothly into the rear with full 4 doors. The proportions maintain the Camaro athletic look of one of the boxy appearance of other sedan conversions. All right, not too bad. In profile transformation becomes more obvious. The wheelbase is slightly stretched to accommodate rear passengers, resulting in a longer, more balanced silhouette. Despite the added length, the design keeps a low roof and tight body lines, preserving the inherent coupe-like character. Flush doors and subtle styling lines help integrate the extra doors, while large wheels and low-profile tires maintain the performance-focused appearance. At the rear, the rendering shows off a pair of slim taillights, a subtle deck-lit spoiler, and pronounced rear diffuser. Quad exhaust outlets emphasize performance, while the wider stance gives the sedan a planted attitude. Right there. So not too bad there. And I want to show y'all. Hang on, Now, images. Now, here is that EV. Now, they're saying ew, but I've seen this design on the Chevrolet Blazer EV. It actually looks sleek. I'm not going to sit here for. I think sometimes people are a little too hypercritical. Like, you gotta recognize, like, this is 2026, right? So we gotta update it for where we are now. This is where everybody knows, of course. But here is this. And like I said, I really love the silver for all of this. And I do think that they could do this in a gas too. I really do. So that is that there. Now, Buick is bringing back a sedan. But before that, I want to show y'all this.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Queen P, and I'm back with another video. And by the title, you already know what we're getting into. We are going to talk about the pros and cons of my 2025 Buick Envista.
Base car is not complying for a thing. I ain't mad at it.
Okay, so I have my phone with me, y'all, so I do not forget to tell y'all everything. I got my vehicle September of 2024, so it's coming up like in 2 months. I'll have it for a year. And yeah, I got it. I'm in a 2025, but I got it in 2024. Hey. But so first and foremost, we're going to start off with the pros, okay? First thing I want to talk about the interior, guys. I love that my seats have ST on the seats. I love the blue stitching. When you
pause on the stitching right there, and the blue, I love that. And I've seen these Buick Vistas out. They are very nice.
ST stands for sport, and when you think about sport, you think about boys. You think about the color blue also when you think about boys. And I just feel like the blue just goes with, you know what I'm saying, the black on black, and then they got the ST on the seats with the blue stitching. I just really, really love it so bad. It's like just enough color. It's just perfect to go off the black. It's really just does it for me. I love the sleekness of like just the inside of my vehicle, guys. It's just very, very sleek. The back, like when I look in the back, it just looks so bulky in the back.
Is the back seat there?
Because of like how they designed the behind of the car. So
that's the rear.
Oh, it's just really, really nice, and I really love it. The next thing that I love, which is a big pro for me because I've never had this before, I love the touchscreen, guys. Like the touchscreen.
That's your speedometer there.
Goes all the way from by my wheel all the way out a little.
So that is the now if you've seen this before, it's also in the Chevy. So usually GM tries to keep their costs very low. So
past, it goes a little over to the passenger seat or whatever. It's a full screen. The only thing that is on my screen is just the volume button. Other than that, it's a full screen. And it's just, I don't know, just give it a more sleek, modern, and clean look. And I love it. I love that. So I have CarPlay in my vehicle, and I think that is a super pro because as soon as I get in the car, my phone connects to the radio, and my Apple Music is already set up. Siri is on here. I can talk to Siri. I'll be like,
by
hey,
the way, that song right there, Let It Snow, Boys to Men featuring Brian McKnight, that's a very classic Christmas song. So her black card is approved. Okay, but very nice done, Queepy baby. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna subscribe to you live. I'm loving her energy. Absolutely loving it. Let's continue.
Can you play such and such on Apple Music? You're like, such and such is playing, and it says it all around the whole car in the speakers. Such and such is playing on Apple Music. So yeah, I love that. Of course, everybody loves a little, those little finishing touches that just, do it for you. Yeah, that does it for me. I also love that I can adjust the brightness in my vehicle as well. Most vehicles come with that, the little nozzle where you can adjust the lighting just depending on how dark or how light it is outside. Because for me, sometimes the light irritates my eyes when it's dark outside because it's just so bright in here, especially when I'm driving. So I turn it down in the nighttime and then I turn it up during the day. Also, guys, when I go underneath tunnels or whatever, like underneath the freeway or whatever, and it gets dark, my vehicle, the lighting automatically goes dark on the screen so I can be able to see.
So it's not ambient lighting, but it is situational lighting depending on, where you're driving. Now, that is cool.
My steering wheel is another pro for me, y'all.
Those are the classic Buick colors, and this is pretty much the steering wheel in most of the GM vehicles. But let's hear from Queen P Baby.
So comfortable, and it also has that Tesla design. Look up a Tesla wheel and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's also a heated steering wheel, so it heats up in seconds when it's cold outside.
Okay, by the way, listen, I'm just going to repeat that part 2 more times, okay? Let's watch her touch the steering wheel just 2 more times, okay? Listen.
Dark on the screen so I can be
2
able
more
to see.
times, okay?
My steering wheel is another pro for me, y'all. It is so comfortable, and it also has that Tesla design. Look up a Tesla wheel and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's also a heated steering wheel, so it heats up in seconds when it's cold outside.
Just one more time. Just one more fucking time. Just okay.
So I can be able to see.
My steering wheel is another pro for me, y'all. It is so comfortable, and it also has that Tesla design. Look up a Tesla wheel and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's also a heated steering wheel, so it heats up in seconds when it's cold outside.
She knows how to touch. She knows how to. She knows how to motherfucking touch. Listen, Listen. You get full applause for that shit. You get full applause for that shit. You get full applause for that shit. Amen.
Next, we're going to talk about how my car rides. My car rides so smooth. And when I say oh my gosh, like I just love doing the dash on my car. I do. People talk about my car a lot because they say, oh girl, you got that turbo. What is it? It's not even it's a 3-cylinder. It's not a 4-cylinder. It's a 3-cylinder. And people are like, girl, get that thing off the road. Baby, please. I'll be showing out on that freeway. And I be having them big trucks mad. They be trying to race me. Like, of course, like, I can't mess with no Hemis and this stuff like that. But it's not no putt-putt. People think it's a putt-putt. And it's not giving that, guys. It's giving Buick did they thing. And I'm telling you. You can't tell me nothing when I'm behind this driver's seat. I be doing my thing on the freeway. I just feel so bossy in this car. And yeah, I that is a big pro for me. How sporty it feels and also how it just rides. It rides like a dream. It's quiet and it's not loud or anything like that. So I'm going to say that the seats are so comfortable. I'm not uncomfortable. I don't have to adjust myself. Like I can, drive how I want to drive and stay that way until I get to where I'm going. Some cars, like the seats are so uncomfortable that you have to switch around, like how you got to move around all the time or reposition yourself. I don't have to do all of that in my car. My car is it's so comfortable. So next I want to talk about cabin noise. Guys, my car is on right now. You can't hear it running. If you can, it's not something loud. It's no noise at all. Okay, so all the features that I do have in my car, I have a backup camera. I have the push to start. I also have the ability to start my car from my phone. So I just go to the app.
Now, I will say this, right? That is a dealer feature, right? So you have to pay for that. Now, I don't know if some car brands just give that out, but I do know that for that, you do have to pay for that. So I'm just looking to see if anything has come into my phone. Let's continue.
Hold the button down and it'll tell me, like, it'll notify me when my car has started. That is amazing. I don't have to have my key fobs all week. I have to fill her at one time. I go back and forth to work a lot. Of course, we all do. I work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And I love hitting the button on my key fob and then my trunk just comes up by itself.
That's the trunk.
And it doesn't even stop there.
Okay, so I want to give a shout out to her for that. Now, I'm bringing that up because, like I said, Buick Sedan is on the way here. General Motors is preparing to expand Buick's portfolio with a new sedan, marking a major return to the brand, to a segment the brand vacated more than half a decade ago. As GM Authority reported previously, this new Buick sedan will ride on the updated GM Alpha 22 platform, which it will share with the next generation Cadillac CT5 and the future Chevy Camaro replacement. First of all, nothing is going to replace the Camaro. You are out your ever-loving minds at GM. Just want you to know that personally. That means a front engine layout paired with rear-wheel drive, a compelling format for a modern Buick. All that said, one key question remains: what should the Buick today be called? Now, before we get to that, I want to give you a Cadillac CT5. Images. Now, Cadillac has always been around for a very long time, and black people saved Cadillac. Yes, they did. So here's the interior of the CT5. Okay. All right. Look, yes, that's a whole screen. Okay. And there is the fascia of the Cadillac CT5 sedan. I remember when Cadillac first got into sedans, everybody was like, wait, y'all know for the Escalade. Oh no, their cars are lit. Okay, let's continue. The significance of this new Buick sedan is lost on enthusiasts, but built on the updated Alpha 2.2 architecture, the vehicle will likely prioritize driving dynamics in a way we haven't seen from the Tri-Shield brand in years. As for motivation, the Alpha 2 platform is already support a wide range of powertrain options, including the turbocharged 2.0 liter L4 LSY or I4 LSY, turbocharged 2.7 liter I4 L3V, and twin turbo 3.0 V6 LGY, and non-black wing variants of the Cadillac CT4 and CT5. CT4 is the compact sedan, I believe, and CT5 is the mid-size sedan, I believe. So CT6 would be the full-size sedan, I believe. But don't quote me though. As well as more potent options like the twin turbo 3.6 LV6 LF4 and the supercharged 6.2 liter V8 LT4 and the CT4 V black wing and the CT5 V black wing respectively. That means plenty of engine options for GM to choose from. Wildcat. There's also a deep back catalog of nameplates of revival can instantly add recognition built for fans. Names like Riviera, Roadmaster, Skyline, Wildcat, or Le Sabre could each carry their own distinct connotations, while Buick can also revive more recent nameplates that still resonate with today's styles like the Regal, Lacrosse, Verano, Lucerne, Apple. Let me bring up the Regal. Buick Regal. So this is the Buick Regal. If you don't know this car, it's been around a very long time. I think the best thing they should do is bring back the Regal here. That's 2018. Okay, y'all, so here is from Carvana right here. 360. I'll zoom in there. Oh, yeah, we can zoom in, baby. Yes, we can. Okay, so there is there. Now, this is the interior. That's the Buick Regal. Right there. So not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I think if they bring this back and update, they will be just fine. This is not a bad base to start for the Buick Regal, right? So I think Regal will probably be the best way to go there. They have the Verano there. Yet another option would be to follow the brand's E-based naming strategy with Buick's current crossover lineup in North America, already town names like Invista, Encore, Envision, and Enclave. Extend that approach would be something like Electra could work, although Electra may specifically be confused for some buyers who associate the name with electrification. Buick has already used the electric name as a sub-brand for its new energy vehicles and EVs, which includes EVs and plug-in hybrids. Right there, the electric. Finally, there's always the case for simply starting fresh, a brand new name would avoid any baggage tied to older models while potentially appealing more directly to younger buyers. So there is that there. Now I want to show you something else. You know, I'm driving a Lincoln. I think of Braylon's virtual tour live, and that man is smart. I don't know how he keeps coming up with content. He's definitely not one trick pony like some of these others. But Braylon, one thing to know, two things for sure about Braylon. Braylon and Lincoln rides. That was my best Matthew McConaughey impression of him driving a Lincoln. So this right here, elegant, effortlessly powerful, and serene, the Lincoln Continental concept signals the future of quiet luxury and the all-new full-size sedan coming next year. Yeah, that's the concept. This was actually a real car. One of the best cars that they ever had. Okay, there's the back. There's the back. There's the back. God, no. Check this out. SPD Smart Glass Tinting Sunroof allowing passengers to upgrade allows passengers to help create ambiance while blocking 99.9% of UV rays and maintain and reduce the interior temperature by 18 degrees Fahrenheit. a 3.0-liter V6 EcoBoost engine and Lincoln Drive Control that offers clients a choice of 3 driver modes: normal, sport, and comfort. And then the E-door latch handles tucked discreetly in the vehicle's belt line contribute to the car's clean side profile. So those were the handles right there. But wait till you see this interior. Yes, that is the blue Jean Model 1. Listen, I know. And Lincoln, you should bring this back. Yes, that's chrome right there. That's chrome. That's a chrome speaker. Yes. Lincoln, if you bring this back, make the Continental a spinoff brand like Hyundai did the Genesis. Yes, Genesis is from Hyundai. Yes, that Hyundai that's also under Kia. That Hyundai created the Genesis. Yes, it's been a brand ever since. Lincoln, bring this back and make the Continental a whole brand. Okay. Stop. Just say that the Revel Ultimate system provides passengers with a premium audio experience, allowing passengers to select 1 of 3 listening modes: stereo, audio, on stage. Active noise control alters noise levels to maintain the Continental's constant quiet ride. Ambient lighting enhances the interior environment, creating a rejuvenating sanctuary. Soft gold LED lights glow from the underside of the center console and from the halo light overhead. Okay. So I do have. I thought I had some. Give me a moment, y'all. Really, Matthew? Really? Okay, you know what? Fine. If you. I just did an impression of you. Fine. You know what? We'll let you speak for a little bit.
More growth means more employees spending money on travel. How do we keep it under control? Navan. Employees choose.
I'm sorry.
I've been driving a Lincoln since long before anybody paid me to drive one. I didn't do it to be cool. I didn't do it to make a statement. I just liked it. There we go.
All right, one more commercial, Matthew, and then I gotta get back to the show. I swear, I tell these people I'm live all the time. They just don't respect. I get no respect around here. I get no respect.
I think that's how it's 1,800 pounds and do whatever the heck I want. I can respect that. Take a long way. Thank you, Cyrus.
All right, thank you, Matthew, so much. Now let's look at the Lincoln Continental here. Here we go.
And this one comes in infinite black.
They have different ones. They have Black Label, right? And then they have the Lincoln Continental Reserve.
Metallic on beige premium leather seating. It's got that 2.7 liter twin turbo engine.
This is the front.
On with LED daytime running lights.
You see the Lincoln symbols there. Now we're gonna look at the interior. Okay. That's the door handle. I know. I know.
There's your door panel there. You've got
I know.
3-person memory seating.
I know.
I
know.
Several
Jay,
seat adjustments that you can make here.
Good to see you, man. By the way, our man Josh.
And you've got your power door lock
from the Never Ever Mets. One of the shows I broke out on the from the Oprah Winfrey Network on YouTube. That's why I was the first one to break it out on YouTube. We're talking about cars, my friend. There is a revival for sedans. I'm just showcasing some cars I believe should come back. This is the Lincoln Continental. It's good to see you, my man.
door locks, power windows, power mirrors, along with power folding mirrors.
Wait till you see, man. You haven't seen that yet.
Headlamp controls, along with your trunk hatch. There's that seat there.
Yeah, those come out like that. That extends. Yeah, let's continue. What's the Galaxy Escalade? Yes. Here's the back.
And there's the rear seat door panel there.
Wood, leather, those right there. Yeah, all that was real. Climate control right there.
And as you can see, very good rear seat room, which is to be expected from the Continental. And there you've got rear AC controls, along with your heated seat controls.
Yep.
And then, of course, you've got a huge panoramic sunroof.
Mm-hmm.
Got storage for a phone or something there.
Yep. So here's the trunk. Sorry, I'm skipping around here. There's the trunk. Automatic.
And as you can see, very good trunk space. You've got two little pockets on either side.
Automatic. Ain't gotta do nothing.
Oh.
Now here's the memory seat thing there. Now let's go over to the driver's side. Now the Prindle was right here. All of this right there. Yeah, I know. So, and then right here. Stunning.
But with the infotainment screen, you've got navigation. You've got a 360 camera with backup.
And then right here. Yeah.
Then you've got heated or cooled seats.
Heated and cool seats, okay? Lincoln, bring this car back, damn it! Make it a private brand, like Hyundai did with Genesis. Ain't no damn sense. And if you give me be your spokesperson, I ain't gonna be Matthew McConaughey because I actually talk back. But anyway, moving on. Now, of course, right here, you had control seats, but you also could change the station from the back here. There's the interior right there in black and the wood there. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this was a nice one. And then here's that blue interior. Oh my God. It's glorious. Okay. Let's continue. Because I'm not done yet. So, y'all remember the Chevrolet Cavalier? Check this out. Yeah, that's a Chevrolet Cavalier. That's in Mexico and China. So the Cavalier is offered with a 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine producing 107 horsepower and 103 pound-feet of torque, paired with a choice of 5-speed manual or 6-speed automatic. Now, my cousin had a Cavalier, and she wrecked hers a couple of times. No disrespect, cuz, but you did. But the Cavalier is currently built for China for that market and some export markets like Mexico, right? Let's continue here because this is a deeper version of, I know. Cavalier has grown up. Yes, it has. And then that's the interior. Okay, you got that cinnamon interior there, touchscreen right there, still with the key fob. The interior has a touch of sporty and very adult-like handbrake. Okay, the touchscreen is tiny and very oddly angled, but I just wanted to show y'all that it's real. Okay, it's very real. I don't know why you put that in an article, like somebody put that as a title on YouTube. Ricky. Moving on. Yes, indeed. So, and here is this here from Car Scoops. So when I saw this, right, I was like, yeah, they need to bring that back. Now, the prices range from $104,900 to $114,900 in China, or about $17,000 to $18,000. Yeah, this car right here, $17,000 to $18,000. With this interior right here, $17,000 to $18,000. Now imagine if this came back. Now this is the premier model of the Cavalier. Imagine if this came back to the United States for $17,000. That's not bad. Now, Chevrolet, you need to bring that car back, but you also need to bring back the Chevrolet Cruze, one of the top selling cars in North America. This was built in Lordstown, Ohio, and those people deserve to have their jobs back because y'all say y'all were going to invest in them, and then y'all did not appreciate them. Y'all disrespected them. Okay? You did. You absolutely did. Hey, I said what I said. Hey, gorgeous. Good to see you. Hey, I'm not sure how to tag replies. Oh, well, sorry. Yes, I just saw that, actually. As I went to the homepage, I saw they arrested that guy. I haven't been keeping up with it like that, but just because I don't say everything doesn't mean I don't see everything. My favorite subject, I hope you don't tempt me to go to the car lot tomorrow. Hey, listen, hang on. You know what? Let me tell you something. Give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. Listen, this face card, okay, this face card, all right, this face card is a Cadillac Escalade with hips, okay? She's a V8 engine, okay? So listen, you're telling me not to tip you. You better not tip me, understand? All right, that is, I said what I said. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to her channel. And she's like, why is my friend like this? Why is he like this? Why is he like this? Back to the Chevrolet Cruze. Like I said, y'all did not respect these people. Y'all said y'all were going to invest in them, do this, that, and the third. It then became an auto plant and then just went to shit. Okay, so this is the Chevrolet Cruze Premier Edition. So you have the wireless charging there, touchscreen, heated seats there, and then, of course, this is the Chevrolet My infotainment system, MyLink. Very, very nice. And like I said, I love this back. Not too crazy. And then, of course, you have the control seats. Now, I will say this, Fords. Can we just make this a thing? The passenger also gets this. Like, it's 2026. I don't know why we're still pulling up the seat and pulling forward and back. Passengers should get this, okay? Just Just, I know y'all want to be cheap, but come on now. Back here, right here, you can have USB ports right there, or you can have heated seats. Like I said, one side of it, heated seats, the other side, cool seats, right? So I think they had an L, they had an LS, they had an LT, and then they had Premier. And then the face right here, not too bad. Y'all need to bring back the Chevrolet Cruze and the Cavalier. Bring those two back for sure. Now, there is one more car I want to show y'all. This is the Kia Forte. Now, personally, Kia Forte was that car, right? A lot of Kia Fortes were around. Now, of course, you know, Kia Fortes were stolen because you could hotwire them, right? Now, this is what I believe Kia should do. Y'all should bring this face back and everything else. I know people will say, well, Bray, Kia is advancing the K5 and the K4. Follow with what I'm saying. Let's go back for a minute to the Chevrolet Cavalier and the price of that, right? The price of that is $17,000 to $18,000, right? This car right here, $17,000 to $18,000. One more time. This car, $17,000 to $18,000 right here, okay? Now let's go to the Forte. This is the LXS. So right here, you have your Apple and Google CarPlay standard. Now you can have this be the traditional knobs or the digital, you know what I mean? Now, the thing that I would do, right, because the taillights, I never understood the taillights at the bottom. Take the taillights, put them right here. See that curvature right there? Put the curvature here and the curvature here if you want to do the turn lights, right? And then right here, you could probably, I don't know what you can do here because you already have the exhaust pipe here. Maybe those could be just lights, you know what I mean? You know, oh, you know what? I know what they could be. The hazard lights, to go around, those can be just yellow. And then you put the turn signal right here, the turn signal lights right here, and right here. Then I'm going to give you the name here in a minute. Now, power locks, you keep everything the same, right? But in the back here, you add a cup holder. You add a cup holder here, right? You give the option for USB or air conditioning or both, right? You put the seat backs there. Keep the phone call thing going there and the cruise control and everything. Now the gauge cluster here. Go back. Now this gauge cluster is a nice gauge cluster. You can keep that. Now, this is what I would do with this, okay? I would have a 4-way, 2-way adjustable lumbar support for the passenger and the driver. And then what I will call this is, let me go to all this here. See, nice body, ain't crazy. Y'all probably still got the blueprint, so I don't want to hear it, okay? Face is good and everything. What I would call this car right here, now, this automatic for the driver and the passenger. We ain't doing this shit no more in 2026, okay? I'm just letting y'all know. Like I said, we're adding a cup holder right there. You see right there? Yeah, that's automatic right there. Okay, all right. Just want to make sure we're getting our edits in. Now, this is what I would call this, right? I would call this the Kia clutch. And I'm going to tell you why that you would call the Kia clutch. And then what you'll do here is, let me go back. Right here. Put the Kia clutch right here. Do you know how clutch it would be to have this car come back with 4-way, 2-way adjustable automatic seats for the driver and passenger? You have a cup holder in the back, right? With the option for air conditioning, USB connections. You can choose both, one or the other, right? And then, of course, you can have heated seats or cooled seats. If you brought this back as the Kia clutch for $17,000 to $18,000, somebody come get her, cause she dancing like a stripper. Okay? Those are my edits. Okay, so if y'all want to bring back sedans, listen. You know, this live, you know, you can make it do what it do. I have a Benz and a GMC dedicated SUV, sir. Okay, all right. I mean, listen, you know, you get your you know, Cadillac Escalade curves and the Benz, and then, you know, when you need to have some utility, you use that SUV. Okay, all right. So you beauty and function. All right now. I like that shit. Yes. Anyway. Once again, I said why I says like, okay, you know what? Let me just, I know there's not a mute button for YouTube subscriptions, but hey, YouTube, I know there's the unsubscribe button. Could you have a mute function for some subscriptions? Now, why are some people in the back be like, yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me write that down because I need to message YouTube my damn self. The more features you add, the more money you will have to charge. No, I know. But I believe that Kia can make the Kia clutch on that old Forte model for at least $20,000 very easily. That would be a great competitor to the Chevrolet Cavalier and the Chevrolet Cruze, in addition to the Smart Sedan. Now, like I showed y'all the Smart Sedan earlier, let me show y'all that here. Right here, this is the interior of the Smart Sedan, which is this. Yeah. So Chevrolet, you bring this, and the Smart 4.4 right here, you bring this, along with the Chevrolet Cavalier and Cruze. Bring back your Impala, bring back your Malibu. Okay, I think you'll be fine. So yes, those new Toro cars are nice. We looked at the Toro Crown earlier in the live stream. So there is your sedan comeback breakdown town hall. Listen, we do a little bit of everything over here. We cover entertainment, theme parks, and commerce. That's what we do over here. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, in the words of Anonymous T,
because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
one more time, Anonymous T.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I know y'all can't stand me when I do that shit, but I don't give a damn fuck or shit about it. Because I'm about that. That's why I can play that. What you want me to do? Anonymous T says she's a fan of me and not a fan of y'all. What y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to do? What do y'all want me to do? On the Rocks with Jada, what do you have to say about all this? I ain't gonna give me a moment.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon. Shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
That's what On the Rocks with Jada said. Don't get mad at me that she likes my content, doesn't like y'all content. I don't know what y'all want me to do. And then, of course, you know, Wednesday Talks guy getting in here as well.
Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about.
Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
Don't get mad at me because Tay can say that about me and can't say that about y'all. What do y'all want me to do? I drink my water. I mind my black-owned business. I go on tour. What do you want me to do? Some of y'all don't have the attention span to do a live stream. That's what one of y'all say out y'all mouth. What do you want me to do? Some of y'all are very selective about what you want to cover, like that chili thing that happened when T-Bar said, my bandmate voted for him, no follow-up. Oh, but we don't want to talk about that, do we? Or do we want to talk about that Nick Cannon conversation, Melody Cherie? But nobody else wanted to have that conversation. Y'all can't say shit about me. Because if y'all try to do a fifth quarter or half of the fuck of what I do, y'all will have a mental coma, choke, and die mentally. Okay? Remember that 12-year-old girl who got raped in Florida, in Miami, Florida? The first guy raped her for 30 minutes. The second guy put rocks in her mouth to shut her up from screaming and held her down. And the third guy held her down and helped the second guy hold her down. Don't come to me and say I do too much when y'all don't do fuck, shit, or a damn of anything else besides being one-trick ponies out here. You have an audience and you're keeping them, but you're not connecting to them. Now clock that motherfucking TV. Unless it's too hot for you, you can't be here for it. Child, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Because one of y'all had the vaginal tissue, the vulva, and the feminine estrogen to give you the real tea. Your friends are one-trick ponies. I would like to see that person who said that do a pound for pound, fist for fist, soul for soul content battle with me for a full week. I will whoop their bitch or Mitch ass very easily. I just did a whole 2-hour, 11-minute, and 48-second live stream about a Sedan comeback by myself. Don't fuck with me where you can't win. Moving on. And by the way, if what I'm saying ain't true, don't respond to me. But if you do respond to me, it must be true about your bitch ass or your Mitch ass to some damn degree. Moving on. And I don't want to hear from no elderly grandpas or grandmas who are losing at games and failing at all levels of life that lied about the View not being renewed. It was an April Fool's joke. I don't want to hear from y'all. It's interesting how some people are doing a morning show. Some people are doing a morning show better than others. But I've been doing mornings for 3 years through the same format because your consistency plus your tenacity equals your destiny. Ooh. 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 Y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I did the Daily Motivator during the 6 o'clock show, y'all. That's all I got. Man, made it to 1 million views because I'm my own individual. Made it to 1 million views because I knew I could be somebody. I didn't have to be defined by a person, place, thing, idea, or a platform. But most of all, I made it to 1 million views because I didn't let anyone define who came here, who did it. I defined who I was because I knew I had something to give to the people. Now, and not to mention, too, I haven't done nothing to be banned off of YouTube. Haven't doxed anybody. Haven't posted anybody's children online. Haven't made fun of anybody's children. Disabilities. Going after husbands. It's very interesting how everybody was big mad. Wanted to defend this, that, and the third. But y'all mouths are as tight as your vaginal tissue. Some of y'all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, said oh. You know you're done for dumb now, yeah. Some of y'all are doing remixes of other shows and trying to look like you somebody out here. When you know in the early days, had not been for right things being in place, you wouldn't be where you at. Because I've done over 1,000 shows. Now, sure, I've revisited some destinations, but every tour has been different. And you notice I haven't had to have a panel or to stand alone. You notice I had to do any collaborations. Not saying I don't mind doing collaborations, but I've been standing on my own the whole time. The whole motherfucking ass time. And by the way, shout out to Tulsa, Oklahoma. But if you have the name Tulsa, make sure that you are treating that name with the utmost. Actually, what does Tulsa mean? Let's see what the name definition of Tulsa is. Hang on, let's see. Tulsa name definition. I want to see. Okay, it means old town or old settlement. Well, I mean, could you be old in the settlement of your mindset? And could you be moving through towns in a fashion that's really old, dilapidated, and decrepit, and nobody really is here for how you move? Oh my God! Braylon, shut up! Braylon, shut up! Braylon, shut up! My God. My God. My God. You got this black man who has covered more black culture of everything else, has covered more black women issues than anybody else in the sector. More entrepreneurship, more of this, that, and the third. But yet people can jump on a panel once a week and believe they defending black culture. And that there's somebody important they actually should be given a fuck shit and damn about. Wow. I guess maximum impact of exposure. I guess that concept, some of y'all missed the magnitude of that process. Because y'all were behind the 8 ball when y'all were born. I don't think maximum impact of exposure is jumping on a panel once a week and talking about real shit. When real shit's happening every day. You must be out your little fucking ass mind. Princes and princesses do what they want to do for attention. Kings and queens do what they need to do for a purpose. Michael Jordan ain't gotta say he's the greatest of all time because his work speaks for himself. Lady Day doesn't have to say she's Lady Day. She's a lady because she moved in that fashion. Now, did she have a broken childhood and everything else? Yeah, sure she did. We all are broken in some shape, form, or fashion, but it's how she carried herself through her brokenness. Ooh, Lord Jesus. I said, you got anything else gorgeous, Phil? Anybody else before I get out here? Because I'm done. That's it for me. I ain't got nothing else. And like I said, what I'm saying ain't true. Don't respond to me. Because you can see all the content I have over here. I've been on my screen. But if you do respond to me, it must be true about your bitch ass or Mitch ass to some damn degree. We equal opportunity around here. We cover Milagro Grants. We cover P. Diddy. I don't want to hear it. Nope. All good. I am good. All right, y'all. With that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. If I do say so myself, know what you do and do what you know. Never say 1 point special because you are always want to bust in trust. You may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why it's one thing. Call yourself is another thing. Be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully I spend time together. We'll be great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life. Or I gotta put this. Some of y'all will order cake anytime something happens in life, but you don't understand the magnitude of what eating cake is all about. Some of y'all will order cake for anything, but not understand why it's important to eat cake. Some of y'all will order cake for anything, but you won't understand the importance of eating cake. You know why cake is so ordered all the time? For celebrations, for big milestones, for things that need to matter. But some of y'all are just sending out cakes every fucking damn day. And some of y'all forgot some main ingredients that makes your cakes look like shit. Why are people eating this cake of content? Did you cook it right? Did you bake it right? Did it go all the way through? What? I'm just saying. Now, y'all can say what y'all want to about my cakes, okay? But my cakes got quality because I give a fuck whether 0 people are here or 1 million people are here. Because if you are not whole as an individual, it will showcase in your cake. Make sure the replay is not just ready for you to watch it, not just ready for you to listen to it, but if you want to see it again, I love you, I value you, I make sure I always remember, see love you gotta give it, see love you gotta give it, see love you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you've overcome, where success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. Some people in life, they feel like they have to travel all over in order to see the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes the world that's in front of you is just as beautiful. Some of us really search out for what we want to search out, but yet we complain about what we see. Some of us search out for what we want to search out for, but yet we complain about what we see. Some of us search out for what we want to search out, but yet we see what we want to see. Why am I feeling negative? Why am I feeling low? Why am I feeling this, that, and the third? Oh, let me search up negativity. Let me search up hate. Let me search up thirsty toxicity. Here's the thing. You're traveling all around the world virtually. Like, is there anything good? Is there anything good? But yet you keep consuming negativity. And you wondering why you thinking that way. You wondering why you're moving that way. And you wondering why you're receiving curses. I'm going to go back to an original point that I've always said on this channel. Some of y'all are missing out on blessings because you keep listening to fucking curses. Some of y'all keep missing out on good blessings in life because you keep listening to bad curses. Some of y'all are losing out on good blessings in y'all life because y'all keep listening to fucking bad curses. Anybody remember the Wizard of Oz? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But the wizard had no magic. If you gotta use tools to be magical, you ain't no magician. You just another person that just is taking up stage time. Because the real magicians are always investing in their gift, always tending to their gift, always nurturing their gift. Your gift will make room for you, put you before great men. A tree can only grow as high as it can and will never grow to its potential based on how you treat it. A tree will only go to the highest it can and will be the lowest that can never be based on how you invest in that tree. The tree will only grow to the highest that can and will be at the lowest that it will never be based on how you invest in that tree. now. Hashtag I want that tea. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's coming, for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, and all of us as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Let's go. Bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about...
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon. Shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about.